The winner of the deal reached out to me.
Yeah.
So, be mailing his shit out later this week.
Flying Low 69.
Beginning of next week.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
Laying Hard 69.
Yeah. Laying everybody 69.
Pitching Tent 69.
Yeah. So do y'all's wives, girlfriends have that weird wreath fetish now where everybody wants a seasonal wreath?
Hold on a second. No.
Like my wife, I came home and there was a red wreath on the door. So I was like, what the fuck's that? She said, well, I started my period. So now I got to go to bed with a bib on, in case I go down on her. That
sure,
shit.
Yeah.
You don't want to get a mess.
Get your red wings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look like a wolf head coming out of a deer carcass.
Exactly. She said, wonder if lesbians actually do that while they're on their period. I said, I don't know. If they're low on iron, what a better way to get it?
I'm sure it's just like with everybody. I'm sure there's some that do and love it and some that fucking absolutely won't.
Yeah, if I did it, I'd look like that. What's that fucking vampire movie? Just come up with shit all fucking dripping. I can't do it. I can't do that shit at all. Y'all's wives don't put up wreaths and shit for everything, girlfriends and shit?
No, I think that comes with a house, and that's something we're working on this year. So
you can't put a wreath up in an apartment?
Well, we got a tiny place, right? We got to grow.
You know those go outside, right?
That's true. They do go outside. Somebody might lift it, right? I live in an apartment complex.
The fuck do you live? Oh, you're too used to Houston.
That's right.
Motherfuckers still
I got that 281 in me, yeah.
They still.
You could put some bars over the wreath.
I should.
Because that would look good, too.
Yeah. That's classy as fuck.
A barred wreath.
Yeah. I think that's classy as fuck.
That would be cool.
That's our next
Just for the comedic factor, that'd be fucking funny.
That's our next
Slap
business
some
fucking
bars
deal.
over a fucking wreath.
Yeah.
Yeah, hoodwreaths.com.
Yeah. Yes. We're going to be so rich.
Christ.
Fuck yeah. You checked your weight since you've been doing?
No, I was just thinking about that. I haven't. I got a scale at home. I've been going strong now. I'm 11 days in. So
that's good.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Definitely starting to get irritable. That's, I feel like the second week's harder than the first week.
Someone else needs a red wreath.
First week of a new diet, it's fun. It's like the honeymoon phase. I'm trying something new. I feel good about it. Second week, your body's like, okay, you're really going to do this shit? Yeah, all right. Yeah, now you're going to pay for it.
I thought this was a fucking joke.
Right.
What, are you not drinking any caffeine either?
No, I'm doing caffeine.
Yeah.
I still drink black coffee. Yeah.
Why can't it just be coffee?
Why did I laugh at that?
I don't know. We have viewers and listeners.
Well, I have a theory as to why you laughed at that.
Jesus.
Maybe that's why you were late today. Your clan meeting ran a little long.
Are you going strong?
Yeah.
Still doing it?
Yeah. I've had a slip up with a Coke every once in a while because I was cutting out caffeine and everything else. We went to dinner Saturday for my wife's birthday and just not thinking, usually when I'm going to eat, I'm trying not to get breads and shit at the table so I don't slip up and, out of habit, reach over, grab a piece of bread.
Yeah.
I fucked up and ate a piece of bread, but it was a little piece of bread.
Yeah. So you ran to the bathroom, you made yourself throw up.
Yeah. Yeah, that way it didn't stay in me.
Yeah. That's right.
I ate all the butter.
Yeah.
That way it equaled out. But I mean, for the most part, at one point I lost 10 pounds through the time, but then I gained it back. You always have that weird water loss type shit, and then you get that rebound where it comes back. And that's where a lot of people give up.
Yeah.
They'll get that weird rebound and they're like, oh, fuck it, it's not working.
To me, the key is don't worry about what the fuck you weigh.
No.
Just worry about how you feel and how
measurements.
How your clothes fit is a far better metric.
Yeah.
That's what my doctor always says. Don't just worry about the scale because the scale can bullshit you sometimes or your clothes looser.
Yeah,
and
ultimately, it doesn't fucking matter.
No.
I
can tell you my dick looks at least a 1/4 inch bigger right now.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's saying something. I got full 3/4 showing when I'm soft.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, last week I figured out how to make my dick 11 inches.
How'd you do that?
Fold it in half.
That's fucking
someone's been studying. There is a drum roll right there on your fucking bar. Yeah.
Is this a drum roll?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to press them live.
Well, fuck it. Just don't push the top two.
Okay.
Those could be someone's mom moaning. Yeah.
As long as it's not mine.
I hope.
Yeah.
Well, rest assured it is because.
Also, I signed us up for Patreon.
Really?
And the reason I did that is for a couple of things. One, we're going to start getting more gear and stuff like that out as far as hats, shirts, and things like that. Well, that takes money. A lot of these people want it, but I want to also start getting them experiences and shit and getting them the people who want to subscribe and things like that. They can give us more. Hey, why don't y'all talk about this? I get a lot of people, hey, what do you think Mike's penis is like? And I'm like, I don't know. You give us $20 a month, I bet I can talk him into fucking showing.
Back to saying penis.
Dick.
Yeah, Mike doesn't have a penis. He has a cock.
Yep. He's got a cock.
Got a crank.
It's a cock.
Yeah.
You have to say it that way. You can't not say it that way.
So we did start that, and as we get going, we'll add, there's 3 tiers or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
And they'll go up and all that type of shit. So
Fucking A.
yeah. But we are working on hat shirts. People have asked, why don't y'all have the hats out and shit like that?
It's coming.
And I told you on the ride there, these hats I'm not happy with. Yeah. They're too loose. Yours are too tight. It's not a good fit.
You got to go with the snapback.
Yeah. Like we talked on the way, I think we're going to go see about going that route we talked about. I don't want to give it away yet, but that works out. We'll have a lot of gear.
Yeah.
Get some hoodies and shit like that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So, want to bring all that shit up. Oh, and if you ain't subscribed, following us and all that shit, you should be.
That's right.
You're fucking stupid.
Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah. We're 10 minutes in and you're stupid if you listen this long and you're not subscribed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I say it with love. Yeah.
Right.
All the love.
Yeah.
That's right.
What do you think about this storming the Capitol shit?
Mixed feelings, I guess. I mean, to me, ultimately, there's a lot of things at play that there's not really like here's what I think about it. I mean, it would take me probably the better part of an hour to dissect the different angles I think that play a role and are important to talk about. And in the interest of trying to not
be political.
No, not even that. I don't give a fuck about being political, but hijacking the entire episode. Because honestly, for me to really do it justice, it would be an episode,
a full breakdown.
It really would, So what I will say I guess just in terms of my feelings on it is that there's the element of when things like that happen. I think you go about it the wrong way. On the same token, there's an element of, for things like that to happen, shit has to be pretty fucking bad. There's a lot of people that are at fault, I think, for it to get to that point. And I think it's indicative of the pulse of a fairly wide swath of fucking people in this country. I think there's better ways to go about trying to affect change and get your point across than the way that was handled. So that's all I'll say on it for now. I'll probably maybe even do a mic drop episode where I bring somebody on or spend a fucking hour and a half talking about it myself and actually throw some more than just talking points out. But it just makes me worry about when I see that and the after effect of seeing certain social media channels being canceled or suspended or what have you. It seems like it's kind of to the point where social media conglomerates, i.e., the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter trifecta, 2 of the 3 being owned by Facebook. Facebook owns Instagram, of course, but those 3 are unquestionably, by far the biggest 3 social media groups. TikTok is becoming a big player, but from a political standpoint, it's not near the magnet that the other 3 are. But my concern is that those 3, in conjunction with Google, also search engine wise, and fuck for that matter now Amazon, is you've got 5 of the most powerful privately held companies in the world that all are United States based, essentially. That control a almost entire portion of the internet and the flow of information real time between human beings in this country. And what I worry is that it's to me, it's kind of reminiscent of AT&T in the early 80s, to the point where, in 84, the United States versus AT&T in the antitrust case that split AT&T up because they were at that point as a phone company. And if you remember, back then there wasn't the internet, so phone was fucking it. That's how everybody communicated. That's really the only way people communicated, that and fucking snail mail letters, so now fast forward 30, 40 years and you've got kind of that same thing where, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter is how massive amounts of information are becoming disseminated. And so when there's a disparity between, you know, the leadership and management and the people who edit and micromanage the content flow, what's allowed, what's not, what's fact checked versus what's not, certain you know, inflammatory statements from some people are okay and others accounts are suspended, et cetera. Is it, to me, that makes me worry that we're at that point, antitrust monopoly wise. Is that's the entire reason, going back to Rockefeller, you know, where the antitrust you know, law was made. We're at that point, and to me, the scariest part of all of this, you know, Capitol building aside, is to me is not what I'm worried about near as much as I am the fact that that's where we're at, and now you've got Biden coming into president, and for fuck sure, him and Harris are not going to be slapping the dick of social media companies, you know, telling them that they need to break up and enact some sort of antitrust legislation. So to me, that's the scariest part of everything that's going on right now, is that, you know, if you feel the need to silence people because you disagree with what they say, or you don't like the fucking opinions they have or whatever, like what are you scared of? I mean, that's kind of my take on it, is that if you know, if you have to silence somebody, then there's a reason for it. You know, like you shouldn't be scared of what people have to say and what they want to talk about, and the justification, you know, again, trying not to hijack the whole episode, but the justification of enacting some of these suspensions of accounts and shutting down of accounts, et cetera, is that the coordination of storming the Capitol building was utilized on these platforms. Well, you know, the fall of, or the attempted fall or coup in Iran years ago was completely orchestrated off of Twitter. Egypt and Libya, same thing. Facebook and Twitter was largely used. Their government shut them down, you know, to stop stuff like that from happening. And so, I mean, to me, like that's not a stretch.
Yeah.
To make those comparisons, is that if you know, because all of the riots that happened over the summer, and there were courthouses that were stormed, there were government buildings that were stormed. There was, I mean, the White House was attempted to be overrun. You know, during that time, all of those were orchestrated on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, fucking WhatsApp, you know, Signal, all of those. And so if they have no fucking say or opinion when those things happen, because it's against a narrative, a president, a fucking political affiliated party that they hate and don't mind that happening to. Now you're treading on, or you're skating on thin fucking ice and dangerously approaching, you know, the Nazi era of you know, censorship and you know, one party rule and you know, I worry that you know, it's not much further down the road, things like that are going to start to happen. You get, you know, a completely democratic government in bed with tech companies that are now shutting down everybody's accounts and companies that they don't fucking like. You know, to me, that's the scariest fucking part of all this by far.
And I got two for instances on that. And by the way, you can hijack as much as you want. I mean, hell, it's your show too. Plus, we still got an hour to fill.
Zach, bend over.
Well, yeah.
But as a father, my daughter, she's older now, and I got some other things in the works. But as a father, thinking, okay, if I had a 10-year-old right now, or a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, chances are this dude's going to get 8 years, right? I mean, chances. Or he's going to get so much and Harris is going to get the rest.
Yeah, I don't think he'll make it through the first term, honestly. I think Harris will be the president before his first term is up.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll make it through this year, honestly.
He's old, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it in his I mean, the dude's not all there.
Yeah.
But look at what your kids are going to go through.
Yeah.
The shit they're going to go through for 8 fucking years. They're not really going to know, you know, say 10 years old, 11 years old, 13 years old. You're not really into government and shit like that unless your parents talk about it freely in front of you, which my parents used to do. I'm sure your parents used to do, but it's just not done anymore. And it's,
I mean, to me, I guess my experience was kind of the opposite, is that, you know, growing up, politics wasn't a big part of my childhood. You know, now granted, my theory is that 9/11 actually is the catalyst for the 24-hour news cycle and the just overconsumption of news and politics in the 24-hour news cycle, because at that time, the internet was newer, it's only been around for a few years, and it all kind of came to a head when everybody was glued to fucking Fox, CNN, MSNBC, whatever, after 9/11 and for weeks, and now all of a sudden all of these big media companies realize, like, holy fucking shit, like our rating, fucking revenue just quadrupled, overnight, or 10x'd overnight. And so they're like, well, how do we fucking keep that going? And they've been doing it ever since.
Yeah.
The recipe is keep people fucking divided, pissed off, angry, hurt, all of the above, united even, post 9/11 was it. But ever since then, because before then there really wasn't the 24-hour news cycle as we know it today, which is very normal.
No, it used to be 3 times a day you'd see the news for an hour.
I mean, even Fox and CNN, I mean, they would do a lot of other things, projects, pieces, whatever, and now it's fed into, for so many years now, that we've got to keep their attention and keep them fucking angry about things and whatever. I mean, because the reality is that I would challenge anybody listening right now: turn your fucking TV off, turn the normal radio off, stop looking at your phone, social media, Twitter, news feed wise, and just go out and interact with people. And if you watch whatever party you're affiliated with, you watch a channel that suits your fucking echo chamber and whatever, but you're fucking angry, you can't believe what's fucking going on, you're all, whatever, you're all fired up all the time. You turn that shit off, you go out in town, and most of the interactions you have with people are not that way.
Mm-hmm.
They're not filled with vitriol and anger and hate and fucking contention and violence and all of these other things. You're not walking around pissed off unless you've spent all day watching TV. Like, if you just ignore all that shit and go out and live your goddamn life and interact with people, you won't be as mad and as worried about things as you probably are right now. Now, it's not to say bury your fucking head in the sand, but throttle it back a little bit and realize that you as a set of eyeballs, as a user, you are the fucking product.
Yeah.
You are the customer basically, and their entire goal and job is to keep you glued to your fucking TV and phone screen.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing that. So stop letting them do that. It doesn't mean don't ever pay attention to it. Of course you need to know what the fuck's going on, but don't over consume it to the point where now it's counterproductive and it just makes things really, really difficult to fucking sift through. That's my take on it.
No, I 100% agree. I have a buddy the other day. He said he turned off his TV, quit looking at TV, put his phone down for 2 days. Didn't even fuck with it for 2 days. And he said that's the happiest time he'd been. He said he turned on the TV for like an hour and he got so depressed.
Yeah, just stop. I mean, I've almost stopped watching fucking news altogether. There's brief periods where I'll turn it on just because if there's something major happening, like it will be covered if you turn it on. And if they're just talking about the same old bullshit, I turn it right the fuck back off. So to me, it's just you got to understand that I think a lot of this country is very naive to the fact that that we're all being played really fucking bad right now. So on both sides.
Oh yeah, neither side of any of this is perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It's fucking scary to be a parent right now.
For sure.
I mean, I feel bad for him. I got a guy, he's a college professor, and he's a huge Democrat. And I don't talk politics online. I think it's so fucking stupid because it's so easy to go back and forth with somebody online, So my quick comment to the guy, because he was just in there bashing. I mean, this dude's a professor, and he's just schooling the shit out of everybody from a Democratic side.
Just swinging on people.
So I got in there, and I said, man, and I'm not going to throw his name out there. I don't know why y'all give this guy any time of day. He's going to be right. He's always going to be better than you. Yet he lives in a 1-bedroom fucking apartment, and he's 40 years old. He ain't ever done shit with his life.
Yeah.
And he thinks everything should be equal.
Yeah. Well, it's the adage, those who can do, those who can't teach.
Yeah.
So, shout out to all you teachers out there.
Yeah. Please like and subscribe. Hats will be out soon.
No, I mean, to me, the higher you go, the more that's the case, in education. But, I mean, there's a lot of,
well, it comes out to where I think certain industries are underpaid where certain other industries are overpaid.
Yeah.
We'll pay, they will pay Nike. All these people will pay a football player millions and millions of dollars. Yet you're not paying Nike. Why don't you sponsor some schools?
Yeah.
And pay a teacher that's doing her damnedest, buying school supplies out of her own damn pocket.
Yeah.
Give that chick $100,000 a year. See what she does with it.
Yeah.
You know, that'll change the whole dynamic of school.
Yeah.
You know, you'd get a teacher who don't give a fuck, you know, and there's still the teachers who do really, really want to be there, mold our children and shit. But are you going to do that for $36,000 a year? And some people say, well, they only work 9 months a year. I don't give a fuck. They're training our future, teaching our future.
Yeah, I mean, I think the key there is you got to incentivize it, just like with everything else. I mean, you kind of have to.
If your kids are stupid, you get less money. If your kids are smart, you get bonuses.
No, I mean, to a certain extent.
Nobody would teach special ed.
Yeah, I'm sure they would. No. I would sign up for that.
Oh, I would too.
You would, just so you could make fun of people,
dude. Yes.
The
new YouTube channel.
Yeah, but to me, the reality of it is that though you've got to apply some capitalism principles to that, or you have what you have, which is nobody gives a fuck. And I think they need to get rid of the Department of Education and kick it back to the fucking states, because I think that's just a fucking disaster. But,
100%. The state should run it. And I'm a huge believer in, okay, cool, rich kids there's bigger taxes there, but there's ways to break that shit up to where the poor kid, it can trickle down to the poorer side of town. You know, the rich kid don't need everything name brand and brand new books every year. Yeah. Fuck, everything's on computers and laptops and shit now.
Yeah.
There's so many ways shit could be better, yet we don't give a fuck. We separate everything as humans, rich, poor, white, black, blah, 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 like Zach with his coffee. I only like black.
Well, I'm just sitting over here quietly producing the show. Don't worry
That's
about
why
it.
you're getting fucked with.
Yeah.
A racist ass.
Yeah.
Anti-white coffee drinking ass.
Whoa.
Yeah, so on the other side of that, the Capitol being stormed, because you took my other point with the people silencing the other guy. It was actually number 2.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was on there. But the Capitol building, you've been there, right?
Yeah.
Does it look like it would be that easy to storm?
No. But like with everything, I mean, there's a couple of failures there. I mean, one, and I've heard some people say they wanted to let them do it. I don't think that that's the case. I mean, some of the video you see, like there was a pretty significant amount of fucking people trying to get into it,
Yeah.
and to me, in situations like that, just like with embassies, which are far more heavily protected, but even with embassies, there becomes a kind of a critical mass threshold breach issue where, you kind of decide, okay, it's time to fucking cut our losses. Like we can't defend this anymore. We're going to get overrun and everybody's going to be fucked if we don't just, retreat basically. I mean, going back thousands of years that those decisions have been made. And to me, it was probably more of that. I mean, fuck, I wasn't there, I'm going off of it, what I saw, which is what everybody else is, or almost everybody else. And to me, some of the videos, I mean, when you see some enormous groups of people getting pretty fucking angry about shit, battling with, Capitol Police and whatever, that's my guess is that they probably got to that point and made the decision, hey, it's just better to fucking, let them in. I mean, for that matter, look at all the riots and police stations and courthouses over the summer where they overran those. I mean, those aren't designed to be any easier to be overrun, And they did. I mean, a police station, I would argue, is better defended than the Capitol building most of the time.
It should be.
Well, I mean, just by sheer volume of fucking people in there and the resources, the way that it's set up. I mean, it's not designed to have people coming in and out, that aren't police officers, whereas the Capitol building is, so it's by design a little easier to get in and out of. So, to me, if it can happen all summer long, where there's entire precincts and in Minnesota and fucking Oregon and shit like that these federal buildings are being overrun, like clearly it's possible. So I think there's less about the conspiracy of they wanted them to, or how the fuck did it get overrun? Like any fucking thing. I mean, the White House could be overrun. A fucking military base can be overrun. I mean, you get enough people that just in sheer volume, and that's what happens. So I think people are kind of reaching for straws on that a little bit. But
Well, and that's why I ask, because the common person don't realize in a enforcement situation, you know, you may be a Capitol Police officer or whatever, and then Billy, who you just had a barbecue with Sunday, is rushing the fucking Capitol building. Well, fuck Billy. He drank my last beer anyway, so I'm going to shoot him. Well, Tommy was a good dude and went and got some more beer. Well, shit, you got to shoot Tommy if you shoot Billy because they're in the same group. You know, so they're not seeing the side of not only do you got to play your safety, the crowd safety, and everybody else involved safety, but some of these people could have been friends of the motherfucker sitting there trying to guard the building. And what do? Do you just beat the shit out of your friends?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're
trained better.
Well, I mean, they do what they have to do. I just, for me, I guess I can't imagine that was probably the case.
Yeah,
you know, that people that the Capitol Police knew were any of the people that were storming. I seriously doubt that. But you know, who knows? I mean, like I said,
just been a bunch of rednecks.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I've seen theories of it was half Antifa and it was a false flag and it was all fucking Trump supporters and I mean, and everything in between. I mean, who knows?
And that's the thing, what you said about media. You can easily feed it however you want.
I mean, there's been, you know, enough stories over the last few years that, you know, have been spun a certain way. And then when you come to find out, and again, on both sides, what actually happened, it was very different than the narrative that mainstream media portrays. So to me, you can't really take that as gospel and run with it. But
the beauty of it is a lot of people don't play with the adage, there's 3 sides to every story. They just play the 2 sides, you know, and there's actual 3 sides to every story, you know. In this case, it's the Democrats, the Republicans, and then the truth.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's what I think happened, what you think happened, and what actually happened.
Yeah, exactly. You know? And I mean, that's how it is raising kids, you know, running a business and everything else, you know. I mean, you just don't know the fucking truth unless you can pull it up on a camera and be like, hey, I didn't do this to do this. I didn't smoke a cigarette. Hold up. That's you on the camera smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
You know, you little shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it was. If there had been cameras when I was growing up, fuck. My dad would have aborted me when I was like 12. Grown man abortion. Yeah, so it's a strange time to live in, and a lot of people are freaking out. Everybody's going to buy guns, and I'm not an don't buy guns. Don't buy them if you're going to fucking raise my prices, you motherfuckers. But everybody has the right to protect themselves.
Of course.
But freedom of speech is huge to me, so I don't think it's right to shut down someone's accounts.
Yeah.
Because it goes against everything. One of the other amendments we have, you know. It's all kind of fucked up. So we'll get off the whole political bullshit today. If y'all want to know more and want to hear Mike go in depth, he may do it on Mic Drop, or let us know. He may run wild on here for an hour.
There you go.
Yeah, me and Zach walk out, go drink something, come back. Yeah. Or just sit here and listen. It's really informative. I enjoy listening to your side of it because, you know, the shit you did. People don't realize how much you research that shit or how much you know about that shit. So it's really cool to hear.
I make most of it up as I go.
Well, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
It's all about making someone believe it. Sales.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
Yeah. Fucking hippies. Mm. Yeah. So we'll get into some good shit, new shit, some not storming the Capitol shit. We'll talk about why I copy Mike all the time.
What?
It's because Mike knows so much. No, I went and I rode his bike the other day, his Challenger.
Shout out to Indian Motorcycles, by the way. They're not a sponsor. They should be. But
they fucking should be. They damn well should be. Cause
they're made in my home state, goddammit.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I was looking at their jackets because I was like, man, I can't wear my fucking Donisi jacket and ride one of those. So, and not because it's a Donisi, just because I look like a fucking idiot. So I was looking at the jacket and I was like, that bitch is made in Taiwan. Every other part in this motherfucker's made in America.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but their merch is made.
I mean, I ain't mad at them. This fucking shirt I'm wearing is probably made by some Hispanic
4-year-old fucking Taiwanese.
Yeah, fucking Nike factory. No, I mean, I went and I rode this bike. I rode my bike over there to help him do something on the car. We get that done, and then I ended up riding the Challenger, and I fucking bought one the next day.
Did you really?
Yeah, well, we're going to get it tomorrow. But the fucking thing is just,
it's awesome.
It's a fucking phenomenal bike.
Yeah.
I mean, it was what, 40?
Yeah, it was cold. Yeah,
it was cold. He turns on the heated grips, and I'm just in a hoodie. I rode over there on my street bike, and it was still daylight, so it was somewhat manageable.
Yeah.
And when I rode that, I mean, it's fucking warm, wind's getting blocked. I'm like, this is fucking nice.
It is nice.
But it's still goddamn quick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for what it is. Like, it's
well, I mean, you see a traction control light come on a motorcycle when you get on it. That's fucking fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty fucking neat. Yeah. And it's just a different experience. And he's been saying it over and over. It's like driving a pickup truck and going to a sports car or a exotic. And I literally did what he talks about all the time. I jumped off the Challenger. I think we bullshitted for 10, 15 minutes, jumped on my bike and rode home. Mm-hmm. I rode home really, really fast, but I was really fucking cold. I rode that Challenger further, not quite as fast.
Yeah.
I was really, really warm.
Wow.
Yeah. So
then it's just a totally different experience.
It's comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that I like about it is, at least for me, you know, being on a sport bike, you notice less about what's going on because you're so focused on the road, which has its perks. Like there's a connection to the road on a sport bike, you know, that's a pretty special experience. I think that's fun in its own right. However, there's a lot of things that you kind of don't stop and smell the roses. You miss a lot of that 360 open air freedom like experience that you get on a bike like that because it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, like there's still a connection to the road, not quite as much, you know, performance wise, but it's no fucking slouch. That's for sure. I mean, it's like, I've never thought, man, this thing needs more power. Like it's fast enough.
Yeah.
But it's so comfortable and just the whole fucking vibe and energy and experience is the package deal, you know, and it makes you want to ride it. And, you know, we were talking a little bit about, you know, it feels like it's kind of a chore getting on the other bike. Like you got to get all your fucking shit on and you can't carry anything. And like, you know, it's like you got to prep to fucking ride. Whereas with that, you can kind of just jump on the motherfucker and you can grab groceries. You can fucking run errands, go to the post office, fucking, you know, it's just, it's an amazing experience, you know, and I never got it. I heard people talk about it. I was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Until I actually did it. And I was like, dude, I fucking get it now. You know, it's a fucking great bike.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. When you got that bike, I was like, he ain't gonna keep that bike. That shit's slow. Then I rode it and I was like, that motherfucker's pretty quick for what it is.
Yeah.
It's still quicker than almost every fucking car out there.
Yeah.
And the fucked up part is I had more fun not going fast on it.
Yeah.
Just enjoying the ride. I didn't have the radio on. The motherfucker, well, you've heard the radio.
Thing's loud.
Yeah. I mean,
when you got not yesterday because it was fucking snowing, the day before Saturday, it was perfect. I mean, it was like 55 degrees, you know, a slight breeze, but not bad wind, sunny, you know, and I usually just wear that fucking like an insulated flannel and a helmet. Now I rarely wear a jacket unless it's stupid fucking cold, but yeah, just jumping on it and fucking getting after it. It was just like, dude, I mean, I could have rode it all goddamn day. Like it was just, it was a phenomenal fucking day to ride. And it just makes you want to get on it and fucking, and just not get off, you know, like it just makes you want to get on it and ride it. Whereas like even now with the, you know, with the BMW bike, it's a fucking great machine. I mean, my hat's off to it. I still like it a lot. But I feel like I'm like, oh shit, I haven't ridden it in a week. I better start it up and take it around the block so it doesn't fucking, the battery doesn't die, you know, whatever. And it's like, whereas the other one, it's like, I'm not looking for an excuse. Like I just get on it and fucking ride, you know, but.
Yeah, I mean, I see Mike more around town on that fucking bike than I do in any fucking thing else.
Yeah.
I'll just be driving and I'll be like, oh shit, there's Mike.
Yeah.
You know, he's just fucking cruising down the road. And some weather that I was, up until I rode that bike, I'd have been like, fuck you, I ain't getting on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
But I think it was earlier today, I was outside and I was like, it's fucking chilly. I'd probably still ride that bike today.
I mean, I rode it over here, you know, and I left about 15 minutes early just to get 15 minutes of fucking riding time on the way over here. To me, it's perfect. It's like, it's a refreshing cold.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a bike I'd like to get on just early in the morning and just fucking take off. Wherever you end up, you end up.
Yeah.
And then, all right, fuck, that's been 8 hours. Let's turn around.
Yeah.
You know? It was super comfortable. Like I was looking.
Yeah.
I had been looking, and I think Mike trick fucked me and hooked me on it. But I had been looking, and that's what my wife wanted me to originally get, is something like that. And then I found two I liked. Then I found one that I really liked, and we're going to get it tomorrow. And the fucked up part is I ordered a shit ton of accessories for it already.
Did you really? What'd you get?
Exhaust, headers, tune, intake. That's an intake on that. Yeah. Air filter intake deal.
Heated grips.
Heated grips. Yeah, for sure. Heated grips. Spent like $3,000 on shit. I can't remember. Bars, I think. I ordered bars, and the reason I watched a video and the dude was showing why they get bars, I was like, well, that's fucking stupid. And then the dude explains at one of the big places why you do it on those. Like, that's pretty cool.
Why do you?
It wasn't expensive. Well, on those, like, it's real comfortable, but some of the controls, you kind of got to see where they're at. Mm-hmm. And if you raise it up a little bit, they're at eye level. So you're right here looking back and forth. And I always thought it was just to look like a fucking total douche. And I was like, oh, so it has a purpose. And I watched it, and they weren't that expensive. So I went on and got them. They look super easy to install. I got some other shit. I can't remember what it is now. I guess we'll know in a couple of weeks when it shows up.
Yeah.
But I mean, the exhaust, I was having hell. I'd ask Mike back and forth, you heard of this? No. You heard of this? No. Just wait for mine. I'm like, man, your shit's back order. This is some bullshit. So I ended up calling the people, and they were, oh man, just order. We'll have it out to you in a few days. So,
all right.
Yeah. Good people over there at Reinhardt, right?
Yeah. Reinhardt exhaust on that. I mean, so Tab makes their zombie pipes that are, my buddy Clint, 100 Deadly Skills Clint, who he's the guy that sold me on this bike, was like, dude, just shut up and fucking get one, I promise. Like, if you think you like the BMW, just get one, and I bet you'll stop riding it. And I was like, yeah, okay. And sure as shit, he was fucking 100% right. But because he used to have, I mean, he grew up on sport bikes, and he had a Goldwing, as a fucking teenager too, but he had Ninjas and Hurricanes and all that kind of shit. And he's had some BMW sport bikes over the years and got rid of everything and just has that now for that reason. But he's got the Tab zombies on there, and Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, to me, it's reminiscent of the BMW. Like, it's too loud.
Yeah.
Like it's cool, for a short ride or at a stoplight or something, but like for the long haul, like it gets old, And to me, the Reinhardts are perfect.
Did he do that catalytic converter delete that Tab does?
I'm not sure, probably, but I don't know. I know he did the air intake stage 1 and the full exhaust with Tab zombies, but.
So Clint's the asshole that got all this started.
Yeah, fucking high five, Clint, man.
Yeah.
But he, like I said, he's been riding for probably 35 years, I think. I mean, he's a really good fucking rider, but has had everything, And,
that's a guy to listen to for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been through all the bullshit. I'm just not and this may lose us some viewers, but I'm not a Harley guy just for the motto that they have of, it might break and you have to fix it.
Yeah.
That's not a really good fucking motto.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of comparison videos between the Road Glide and the Challenger, which are kind of the two direct competitors, and pretty much every one of them, even like Harley dudes, like, man, I love my Harley, but I got to tell you, this fucking Challenger stomps on it. It's a better bike.
Yeah, and everyone gives it shit because the Indian got bought out by Polaris.
Yeah, it's still American.
It's still American made. Indian had their shit, what was it, 10 years or something, they didn't make bikes.
Well, I mean, it's the oldest fucking American motorcycle.
Yeah, 1901.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, they can suck it.
Yeah, so I copy Mike because the asshole has good taste.
Mike's asshole has good taste. You heard it here first.
Clip that. But I mean, he was 100% right.
Yeah.
So we'll go get mine tomorrow, and we'll start modifying that motherfucker. And if any of y'all want us to put your shit on our bikes, let us know.
Yeah.
We have Indian Challengers, BMW S1000 RRs, and we have cars. Let us know if you're making some shit. I did see some deals where they make a thumb throttle, a slide thumb throttle. Yeah.
Like they stole our idea.
Motherfuckers.
10 years ago, they stole our idea.
It was a fucking time traveler.
Yeah.
Speaking of cars real quick, I'm going to throw a listener survey out there. I'm not going to give you any contextual information other than I'm just going to name 4 cars. And I want you to pick. I want to see which one wins. All right.
So my number would have been wrong. I was going to say 12.
Yeah.
So you got a Porsche 911 Turbo S, Audi R8, a 488 Pista, and an SF90 Stradale. All right, so vote between those four, and I just want to see what people say.
I like that.
I'm not going to give you anything else.
I like that. What's fucked up, you ask someone to vote and you give them 4 ideas and they want to throw a 5th and a 6th out there. Did you think of a Camry? A Toyota Camry is a good car.
Yeah.
Fucking reliable.
I've got a 900 wheel horsepower Subaru STI.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Bet you don't get bitches.
Some hot dudes, though.
I told you about at the gas station the other day.
What happened at the gas station?
If you're fucking nosy.
Come on. Yeah, hold on.
I'm dialing this number I saw in the stall, right?
Yeah. Now we're at the gas station. I'm not going to say which one. We're at the gas station. This pretty hot fucking blonde bitch has her husband roll down the window in his Tahoe. We're in my Ferrari. Rolls down the window and she's leaning over him. Where do you live? I was like, not too far. Oh, what do you do for a living? Man, that fucking car's sexy. I'm like, thanks. Man, are you single? I'm like, your husband's right there.
Yeah, maybe they're into that.
Maybe. I should have used my, hey, you took vows, I took vows. Same vows, different people. You want to fuck? But I mean.
Was the husband looking at you? Was he?
He winked at me.
Dude.
No,
yeah, he got in the car.
Yeah.
Big shit-eating grin.
He would have probably got out of the motherfucking Tahoe with some skinny jeans on, rolled up to his calf.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then that would 100% made me realize why the fuck she was asking so many questions. But you just have so many supercars. A lot of dudes want to look at your supercars. A lot of dudes. We've talked about it before. Dudes pushing their wife out of the way to come look at your car.
Yeah.
Very few women look at them.
With a Ferrari, I don't know what it is, but them bitches love them.
Really? Pulls, huh?
I mean, nice looking females, not bitches if you're looking. Or bitches. But yeah, they just love the Ferrari.
Huh.
I don't know why. I'm not mad at them. I love it too. And now that it's a loud screaming motherfucker.
Yeah.
It does shoot fire too.
God bless it.
Fucking A. Little dragon. But yeah, that's why I copy Mike. He's fucking badass. Speaking of badass shit, I'm gonna go down to like 8 on my list. Where is it? Oh, Mike.
Yeah.
Name 2 of your favorite guns and calibers, and you can pick more than one. And name why.
Like specific models or brands of guns?
You could say you could go either way. Brands, model.
Yeah, I mean, I'll name a couple. Like I guess that to me are.
Unless they're paying us, I wouldn't go too deep.
Staple. Well, to me, Glock across the board is just a phenomenal gun. I carry the Glock 43X with a TLR 6 Streamlight fucking light on it and a Pachmeyer rubber sleeve grip. And I put a combination. I alternate actually with the Spear Gold Dot and the Federal HST. I alternate them because one is a bonded bullet and one's a jacketed hollow point. But those are my 2 favorite brands of ammo for pistols. Buffalo Bore is probably my favorite for rifle.
Is that the dude that was in Silence of the Lambs?
Buffalo Bill.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. If he made ammo, though.
Fuck yeah. Come with lotion.
Fucking moth ammo. So handgun wise, that's for sure kind of my go-to. Depending on, for concealed carry, I like the 43X. If I'm doing outside the waist or more kind of official business, if you will, or know I'm going into somewhere that's real fucking dicey, then I'll do a 19 or even a 17. Set up basically the same way, but I love the platform.
Yeah, it's a great platform.
Long gun wise, I do like the SIG 300 Blackout cane brake. I like to roll with the 124 grain, not the big 200 plus grain or upwards of 200 grain, because kinetic energy and ballistic wise velocity, you lose so much that the foot pounds of fucking damage that you're doing, or pound feet, I guess, technically, but the kinetic energy that's being dumped into the target decreases significantly when you up your grain weight for a 300 Blackout, especially when it's a shorter barrel like a cane brake. For other long guns, I have a roughneck that I don't know, or I don't think, or I at least don't know if he's even making the guns anymore. There are a lot of other good companies, Patriot Ordnance Factory, Liberty Gun Works. What is it? There's a bunch of other ones, but to me, those couple of brands are pretty fucking stout that way. But I honestly just kind of like, and the one that I roll with usually when I travel or whatever is just my M4 setup the same way that I had it set up when I was overseas in combat, because I'm so fucking familiar and comfortable with it that way. I'm not a huge fan of the 5.56. I do carry a Buffalo Bore 77 grain hollow point, which is a pretty nasty round for 5.56, which for sure gets the job done. But I like a 308 or a 7.62 of some sort, whether it's by 39, by 51, by 54. A 300 wing. I love the 7.62 round, but it's just it's hard to to get into a platform that's light and easy to fucking shoot the same way that a 5.56 is. And with that, I keep it pretty simple. I do like to have a Trijicon reflex sight, and I always keep the pop-up heavy-duty iron sights that in case that breaks, falls off, or fucking goes dead, or whatever, that you still have some mechanism with which you can shoot. So shotgun-wise, I like the Remington 870 Express. Again, not that it's that great. Mossbergs and Benellis and Winchesters are much nicer and fancier and sexier and whatever. But that 870 Express is kind of like a Glock 19. It's just a good fucking right out of the box workhorse for $300. Mm-hmm. 2 3/4 inch 9-shot shells is what I like to rock with that, and that's the best fucking home defense. Everybody asks me all the time, what's your favorite home defense fucking pistol? It's not a pistol, it's a fucking shotgun with 9-shot in it. Don't use slugs or double aught or anything like that, or you're gonna fuck your kids and your neighbors up. 9-shot, even FBI statistics wise, is by far the best. From a ballistic standpoint, best thing to shoot somebody with for at close range with a shotgun and home defense. So that's pretty much it. Shotgun, long gun, and pistol. Those are kind of my preferences for all of them.
Yeah, he touched on all the same shit I would shoot.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
you really do copy Mike.
I had my guns way before I knew Mike. Other than my sight on my ARs now are fucking Trijicon, and once he broke down the reasoning for that, it was fucking no brainer why the fuck it was worth the switch.
Yeah, I mean, most people or a lot of people, roll with the EOTechs or the red dots of whatever fucking brand, variety, et cetera, that take those little lithium fucking batteries. And, to me, it's dumbfounding that you wouldn't pick Trijicon, which has the tritium night sight technology in it, or close proximity to it. It doesn't require batteries. You don't turn it on, you don't turn it off. It lasts for 100 years, 99 they say. It's always on, so it's like a night sight that you don't ever have to worry about the batteries dying or whatever. So I mean, to me, that just makes it really easy. Plus, it's a super high quality fucking.
Oh yeah, you can beat the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I used them overseas, and I have them on every what I would consider operational or potentially operational long gun that I have. All have them on it, sighted in, ready to fucking.
What MOA is yours?
It's the 3 or 3.5.
See, I want the 4.5.
Yeah,
that motherfucker seems little.
I mean,
it's perfect once you adjust.
Yeah,
because you don't lose the target and distance.
Yeah, to me, the other thing too is if you're shooting both eyes open, which in nighttime close quarters, or really any close quarters, we would always shoot with both eyes open. And what's interesting about that is, when you do that with the eye that's not behind the glass, it still looks like you see the dot, with both eyes, because the one's picking it up, and it's a weird
the way your brain looks at
optical mechanism, I guess. But it's really fucking cool, you got an MP5 or an M4 or whatever, and both eyes open, moving around, and it just paints it on whatever you're looking at. So because of that, I like a little smaller dot.
Yeah, I really need to train for the both eyes open, because once I got that, and I watched a couple reviews on it and shit. Yeah. Remember I told you how I got it cheaper, but it was a blemish, and we don't know if it was just tightened up all the way for a reason from shipping or whatever, or that's what they were calling the blim.
Yeah, because
the fucking thing's perfect. But I was reading, both eyes open with that sight's the best way to do it all day long. I was like, really? So I started looking through it with both eyes, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. It for sure takes some getting used to, but you know, I mean, when you're moving with dudes through a house at night and whatever, like you got to keep both eyes open. You know, because you got to see each other and whatever. So
and I don't copy him. I only have like one Glock, and it's my wife's.
It's not even yours.
It's a great woman's gun.
Yeah.
No. She took my carry gun, which is the same gun Mike carries. I think we talked about. I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but she had the 380. Bought her a 380, and it just kept jamming. And Glock, if you're weak wristed or you can't handle the recoil just right, it'll fucking stovepipe jam. And to jam a Glock, you're doing something fucking wrong normally, or shooting some really cheap shit.
Well, I mean, that's my biggest heartburn with the 380 too. Is that, you know, that's the one round. I mean, even a 9mm, if you limp wrist a Glock, I've never seen one stovepipe. Yeah. The only caliber of any Glock I've ever seen jam or stovepipe or misfeed is the 380, and that's because the round has so little power. Yeah, you know that you've got to really fucking manhandle it.
I've only seen dudes be able to handle that. Yeah. What is it? The 42? It's 42, right? Yeah. So I ended up selling that gun, but I gave her my 43, knowing this is a bigger gun, should be better. Let's see, and I gave it to her, and she just fucking round after round just tore it up at the range, and I was like, holy shit. Wow. And she was like, my gun's so much better now. What'd you do? Clean it? I said, no, I gave you my gun with a better trigger and everything else on
better rounds.
So basically I'm leaving here and going to get a new gun.
Right.
So it's a good way to get a new gun.
Yeah. I mean, to me, the 43X concealed carry wise is pretty tough to beat.
Yeah. I need to go get a lot of seat time with the one I'm carrying, which is the 365.
Yeah.
And with a red dot on it. I want to see how that does.
Yeah.
And we got to get you a gun.
Yeah, man. I need one of those Remingtons. Yeah. I think you're totally on the money with that.
Yeah. If it wasn't like fucking act of Congress to get AR ammo, go shoot some 5.56. We need to go shooting.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to do that.
Take a couple GoPros.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Make a video out of it.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
So this is a question not for Mike, but for you, because I'm sure you get it. I get this all the time, and you may see it in the message board, but a lot of the listeners want to know, what's Mike like in real life? Like, this isn't real life.
Yeah, no, this is my stage performance.
Right. This is all a bit.
We basically green screen him in.
Shit, they're on to him.
Yeah. He's not even a real person.
Yeah.
I get asked that all the time. What's he like in real life? Like, I had a guy tell me he would, smear peanut butter all over his body, get in a bite suit just to come meet you.
I mean, that can be arranged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I told Mike, I said, if he'll sign a fucking waiver, that may be worth having done.
Let us film it. And
Oh, there's fucking going to be filming. Yeah. If he don't sign that waiver.
we can probably skip the peanut butter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll eat peanut butter. Mm-hmm. That's part of my diet.
All right.
Not off him.
No.
You fucking out of a spoon.
Him. You eat the peanut butter off of him, and then we'll let a dog bite him.
That seems fair. That way he gets some pleasure both ways. Mm-hmm. But I get asked that all the time. Like, he's just, what the fuck do y'all think he is?
He's a man of mystery is what he is.
Well, you don't, like, put yourself out there.
Yeah, I mean, on purpose. You know? Not to try to get people to wonder what I'm like. It's just, you know, there's an element of my personal life that's exactly that. You know,
it's personal.
You know, if I wanted people to know, I would tell them. You know, and then there's the other half that you know, I share as much as I feel like sharing, I guess, you know. But.
Yeah.
When I get asked the question, I don't know if you get asked that, but
every once in a while.
When I get asked, how is he in real life? He's a normal guy like you see on the show, but he's probably cusses a little bit more.
Is that possible?
It is. My wife, we're sitting there looking at the R8 one day. Mm-hmm. I think it was right when you got it back. We're looking at it, and I see her over there doing this. I'm like, what the fuck you doing?
Counting?
And she said, I was counting how many times y'all said fuck. I gave up at 20. And she said, and that was in like a minute.
Wow.
Yeah. We cuss a lot.
Like a Martin Scorsese film. Man, good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I looked at the wheel setup on it a couple times and just like, motherfucker, fucking look at this fucking thing. I mean, that right there was a handful.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's he like in real life? I mean, he's a fucking normal guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
pseudo normal.
Yeah. I mean, he does do some weird shit.
Yeah.
Quasi.
Yeah. He was like, come over and ride my hog. And I went over thinking it was a motorcycle and he's naked. Yeah. I'm like, whoa, I didn't realize you called your dick a hog.
It's like easy tripod.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Calm down. But, I mean, normal fucking guy.
It's funny. I've learned a lot about you, surprisingly, from your Wikipedia page.
Is that right?
Yeah. Which I learned about you going on Jesse Waters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know about that at all because it's not something you bring up because I'd never asked about it, right? Like, it's not anything you're talking about.
I asked him about all that shit when I interviewed him the first time.
I'm always
fucking rookie.
I'm always real interested to see what like fans think of you. Like when we'll do a mic drop episode and run it, and people will be in there like, Mike's doing this in his free time, or like, Mike, you got to come do this thing with me. And I'm just like, I'm not even sure you'd be into what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But what's funny is like, I don't know, man. Like you've got a very malleable persona, I think. Yeah, I think.
You calling me a chameleon, Zach?
That's exactly what I'm calling you.
Right.
You blend right in.
You fit right the fuck in.
That's right. Yeah.
Whether you're at a seminary or a fucking Satan worshiping meeting or
friends with everybody.
There's nothing wrong
Tupperware
with
party.
Either of those.
And you're awfully open-minded, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least as far as I can tell. Yeah, you got good perspective on things. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I never give him a fucking topic that really fucks him up.
No.
Now I'm going to start working on that.
Good luck.
I enjoy a good challenge.
Yeah. Let me know when you find it.
Challenge accepted.
Stump Mike Ritland.
Well, I'm curious to see how the book is received. I'll get you guys. I finally finished it, and it's a lot of the things, politically issue-wise that we've talked about here and on the Mic Drop show. But so it'll be coming out probably this spring. But I'll give you guys advance copies. I'm real curious to see how it's received. I'm, at the risk of sounding like a dick, I'm actually really proud of it. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I think it's fucking good. I dig it. But
from the brief rundown you gave us that one night, I'm not into books. I told you that when I went to jail, I was fucking the only thing I could do to sleep was fucking read.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the way it was.
Read and toss salad. That's it. That's all I could do.
Yeah, and I tossed so much salad.
A grape jelly packet goes a long way.
Fuck yeah, and ramen seasoning.
It's already salty enough.
Have you ever had shrimp ass?
That was our secret. It was supposed to be our secret.
Yeah. Well, there y'all go. That's what Mike's like in real life. Yeah, but that book, I want to read it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Congrats on finishing it.
Oh,
Shoot.
thanks. Yeah. It during the everything being shut down is when I got most of it done. This last couple 2-3 months when things have been picking back up and I've been traveling a lot and whatever, it's been kind of a challenge to get it wrapped up. But yeah, finally there. So
I'm curious. You got like a writing, not like a process. Do it late at night. You just carve out time during the day, just whenever you feel like it.
No, I mean I did this one the same way as I did the other three, where I worked with a writer where we have conversations. It's recorded, and then they write from those, and then they send me a chapter at a time, and I make adjustments as necessary. And in this one, I was really, really happy with the writer's ability to kind of cap it. I mean, I feel like I'm starting to sound like these artists. It's like, yeah, we really wanted to have a certain process for this record, and they sound like insufferable douches.
So Mike's a douche in real life.
Yeah, that's not fake. But no, I mean, I was really blown away. I mean, the first 3 books were all by the same writer. This is a different writer. And the first 3, there were some chapters that I had to change quite a bit, you know. And this, it just, I think they did a really good job at capturing my fucking personality, frankly. Like when I read it, I'm like, yeah, that's how I sound. That's how I would say it, because again, it's me talking and then transcribed. And to me, where they're the most valuable, where a ghostwriter is the most valuable, is I feel like I can write decent, but it's the start to finish process. It's getting it to flow like a book, where somebody won't want to put it down, where that's where I have the hard time fitting all of those pieces together so that it's not a choppy, fucked up, bouncing around story. Because when it's a 200-page book, that to me, that's the challenge that I have with it, at least. So it turned out really well, and I'm fucking stoked. But
it's 200 pages.
It's close, yeah.
Front and back.
It's all 3 sides actually. It's even on the sides.
I'm gonna read it.
Are there pictures in it?
There's no pictures.
It would be cool if there was.
I may do some it'll probably be illustrations instead of pictures, but we'll see. I haven't the book is finished in terms of cover art and title and all that shit. I don't have that yet, but
Right.
that
If you
should be
need someone to
fairly-
draw a penis or a dick, I can do that real well. I fixed it. I fixed it this time. Fuck you.
cock, cock.
I want to circle back to one thing. You brought up 4 cars that the listeners need to give their opinion on.
Yeah.
Viewers, listeners, peckerheads. I want to talk about sensible cars.
Yeah,
Something we never talk about. Neither of us own any.
I do. My truck is pretty sensible,
That motherfucker ain't sensible.
Was it a Raptor?
I want to talk.
but it's still sensible. I mean, it's utilitarian. It's
It's
fine.
sensible.
I haven't done anything to it either. It's not
sensible for compared to all your other shit. Yes, but sensible. Let's say budgeting. You can't go over 30 grand.
All right.
What's a good? And if you tell me a used Raptor, I'm gonna throw my.
No. I mean, to me, that's actually an easy fucking decision because I've had 3 of them.
I know. I knew what your answer would be.
Yeah, Subaru Forester.
Yeah, I knew that.
100%.
Mine, because I really like the Forester, but I didn't want to take your shit. Subaru makes a really good fucking product, and I think the WRX is just too douchey. It's not multi-purpose. You really can't do a whole lot with it. I want to say that Nissan has some really good, Nissan and Toyota,
Yeah.
and even Hyundai for that matter, have some really good products out that'll last forever.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm meaning by sensible. Toyota Camry, those fuckers will go forever.
Yeah.
There's a reason Lexus and Toyota are the same fucking company.
Yeah.
Honda Civics, Honda
Accord.
Accord. Great fucking vehicle. What's that? The CRV or whatever they have?
Yeah. It's the competition to the Forester. I
Yeah.
looked at the 2 of them when I bought my first Forester, and it was a tough choice. I ended up going with the Forester ultimately just because the cargo was a little more usable.
Yeah.
But both great cars for sure.
That little fucking car that always had me intrigued, I think they still make it, the Nissan Juke.
Yeah.
The Nissan Juke?
Have you never seen the Nissan Juke?
The Rogue is a little more practical, I think.
That's the one in between the Murano and the Juke,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
It's like the midsize.
Yeah. But to me, it's going to sound weird as fuck, but I honestly think, and all you American people are going to hate me for this, but more Toyotas are actually made in America, an American product, than most of the American products, Chevy.
Yeah, that are made in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Toyota, which we're from Texas, one of their main fucking facilities is 45
Plano,
minutes
right?
from here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we drive past it almost every time we go to a meet. You
Yeah.
looking up the Juke?
Yeah.
That's a bad bitch.
It's got some funny looking headlights.
You could pull some hose in the Juke.
I'll tell you what.
But you know what? It's a cool car. Mini Cooper.
You know what's even cooler than that is the Cube, the Nissan Cube.
That thing is fucking weird but cool. What if Kia made something like that
Oh,
too?
God. Yeah, that
The
looks like the Kia.
Kia.
Yeah.
I
Those
got to
things
look
are
it up
roomy
now.
on the inside.
Zach, what are some of the fucking cars? Like right now,
Well-
if you had 30 G's to go spend on a car, what would you buy?
No, Subaru Forester. No,
Hmm.
honestly, my dad growing up was a Toyota guy. He was always Ford, and somewhere along the way, he picked up a Toyota and was like, "These things run forever. Like you cannot kill a Toyota."
I got a Camry right now, and that bitch won't do nothing.
Yeah. So what I'm driving?
Shots fired.
Yeah, I'm still driving a very old Camry.
What's the mileage on that thing?
182. Yeah. So
You call me when you get to 300, then we'll talk.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you were putting on those other fucking Subarus, right?
No, I mean, I put like 120, 30 on them. Usually, once, not long after I broke 100, I would get rid of them, which was every year. I owned 3 of them over about a 4-year period, a little over a year, or basically about every year I'd have a little over 100,000 miles and would trade it in and get a new one just because I obviously putting 100 and change per year on a fucking car. I was traveling a shitload, and it was a perfect car. I mean, a size 500 dog crate fits in the back without fucking with the seats sideways, and you can load 4 or 5 people in it with all their luggage and take a trip. You can put the seats down. They laid flat then. I don't know if they do now, but and you could fit a lot of fucking shit in the back. It was 8.5, almost 9-inch ground clearance, all-wheel drive. They did phenomenal in snow and in fucking sand. I mean, it's a phenomenal fucking car, especially for the price. It's you can't fucking beat it in my opinion. But
Zach, are you more of a car or SUV guy? Or crossover. I guess fucking that's the new popular thing.
I don't know. I gotta drive some more. Honestly, I've driven more cars than SUVs, but I like SUVs. Like I said, the thing that really got me into it was Jeep. So that's all. I mean, it's like a small SUV, right? It's hardly an SUV. It's practically a crossover. So maybe right in the middle. But I like a good car. I don't need a big SUV. My wife likes an SUV. She has a Subaru Forester. Funny story, which I gave her shit about when she bought it. Now I feel goofy because it's got a ringing Mike Ritland endorsement. So
that don't mean shit. We just said that.
Don't mean a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Right.
In fact, you should make her get rid of it because I recommend.
I should. Yeah.
Burn that bitch to the ground.
No, that thing's great.
Have you seen the new Kia Telluride?
No.
That is a bad motherfucker.
I damn near have to raise the budget up to $35,000.
No, the Telluride is no fucking joke. The what's the other one that's comparable to that?
That does look good. That's a Kia?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that at SEMA 2 years before it came out.
Yeah, that thing's no fucking joke. It's a little fucking big, but
yeah, it's almost out of the. I would say that's not a crossover. That is a full SUV. Yeah. The Sorento, I think, is their other one. It's pretty good.
I never would have guessed that's a Kia.
No, and when you see them on the roads, the limited version of it or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a fucking Cadillac.
Dude, that bitch looks bad.
100%.
And I think Hyundai, whatever their competition is to the Telluride is another really fucking good car. I can't think of the name of it, but
I'm fixing to tell you. I'm on my fast fucking.
Yeah, both of those cars for the money, and again, they're bigger than a midsize, so I and they're over $30,000, but not by much. They are fucking great goddamn cars.
Yeah.
Palisade.
Yeah, yep, the Palisade and Telluride. If you want a full size SUV at a decent price, both of those are fucking rock stars.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
You can be under, I would say, $35,000 for one of them really set up.
Yeah.
Decent.
And they're nice. I mean,
which is still a good budget to be in.
Fuck yeah, it is.
So you don't know if you'd rather have a car or an SUV.
I think I'd rather have a car.
That's like saying, does fucking feel better with or without a condom? And you're like, I'd rather put a condom on.
Well, hey, I could take that $35,000 and I could put it in a car, or I could buy myself a decent motorcycle. I mean,
you could.
This motherfucker's talking about motorcycles now.
Yeah.
Dude, hell yes.
Well, hey,
hell yeah. Now you're talking, Zach.
That's right.
Fucking redeemed.
Who needs to haul anything?
Fucking
around?
redeemed.
Check
Car
it
and
out.
Bike. Done.
Check it out. I got this BMW for sale right now. I'll hook you up.
I'll give you the bro deal.
Yeah.
Imagine if I came to Uninfluenced and came home in that thing. Good
Dude, that
God.
would be awesome.
You'd be my fucking hero.
Have you ever ridden a motorcycle?
No.
Never.
I rode on the back of one once when I was a kid.
You should not tell anybody
that should stop.
What's the move there? I gotta go take a course, right? I gotta go to shopping mall parking lot.
He didn't.
No, I mean,
Really?
I rode a couple of times. Like my second oldest brother, Jake, shout out to fucking Jake. He had bikes when I was like 19, 20, 21. When I came back home to Iowa, he always had a motorcycle or two, and I would ride them, not extensively, just, would do it and have a little bit of fun, the couple days I was home. So I literally had ridden a handful of times, and that was fucking 20 some years ago. Right. And then fast forward, I was like, I'm going to, take a motorcycle course and do it the right way. There's like 5 or 6, there's probably more than that. There were several like motorcycle safety approved courses here in Texas, and the schedules were all fucked, right? I was like, dude, I can't the way that they had them scheduled. I was like, that's not going to work with my schedule. Well, a couple of them have private deals where you have to pay a little more, but you go and it's basically one-on-one for for a Saturday, and you spend all day and you get your shit knocked out. And I emailed every fucking one of them, and not one of them fucking responded. Not a single one. I was like, well, fuck you guys then, and so I just bought a fucking bike. And of course, like a dumbass, I bought a 1-liter inline 4-cylinder fucking.
He bought the fastest fucking
200
bike
horsepower fucking sport bike. But, I can compartmentalize my ego from what I'm riding. I kept it in rain mode, fucking rode around the neighborhood, went to schools, fucking waited till I got comfortable, put hundreds of miles on it before I ever put it into road, and hundreds of miles before I put it into dynamic and then to race and whatever. And now I keep it in road most of the time anyway. But, I don't get fucking nutty on it. But, I kind of learned on that. And honestly, there's always the debate of, what's a good first bike. To me, having ridden some of the 600s or 750s, especially 600s, to me, a leader bike is actually easier to ride. It's less twitchy, and especially with those sport modes. Now, if it was just wide fucking open or not, then no, I would say don't get one. But nowadays, with the traction control, with wheelie control, with fucking rain modes, all of that, it's a heavier bike. The throttle is smoother and less twitchy because it's an inline 4-cylinder. For me, it was actually easier to learn on that than it was, trying to fuck around with a smaller, lighter bike that most people would say you should start on.
Oh.
And that's 100% right. And to show the wheelie mode and the ABS and all that shit, the traction control works. My fucking bike is set up. I mean, our bikes are identical.
Yeah.
Other than color. And I was doing 85 when I left your house, and I just fucking full throttle on that bitch, just one wheel.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's
to wheel at 85 is ridiculous.
That's a
power.
lot of power. But I ride mine in Race Pro.
Yeah.
Because some asshole, Tyler, told me to fucking put it in Race Pro and then fucking sent me his settings.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Mm.
But when I drove to Mike's that same day, I was like, I got to get rid of this motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, so my point is you don't need to.
No.
Now, would I recommend it? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
For sure.
If you had the means, yeah.
I would. To me, it's for sure better to do that than to not and learn something the hard way. But, I'm living proof that you don't need to do it. Knock on fucking wood here.
Yeah,
Speaking
that's
of
why
wood,
I got that
goddamn
real
cave.
wood, We don't fuck around here at Uninfluenced. We get that real shit.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Was it cedar?
I don't fucking know.
You really not?
That's
I think
that's balsa wood.
Yeah. Yeah. My balls have been on it.
They make pine wood derby cars out of this shit.
Yeah. My balls have been on it. So you'd go back, huh?
Maybe. I don't know. How do you know which cake is your favorite kind of cake? You got to try them all, right?
Yeah.
Like the same with the sport cars. I got to start getting into
I'm
these
guessing
things.
you like chocolate. You don't like the white cake, kind of like your coffee.
Hey man.
Well, but here's the thing: you could apply that same logic to sucking dick, Zach.
it's true.
Yeah.
How do you know you don't like it until you try it?
Yeah.
It's
Because
very
you can't
true.
try one dick.
That's,
You have
that's
to
a
try
slippery
multiple
fucking
dicks.
You gotta
slope.
try 'em
You-
all.
that
Yeah.
logic is a slippery slope.
Yeah,
Zach.
Well,
You never know if
In for
one's
many.
a chocolate dick
That's
or a
right.
regular
Yeah.
dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, riding a motorcycle is a huge thrill. It's a huge thrill.
So we were talking about it, right? Like we both have fucking amazing cars
Yeah.
Mhm.
that I'll tell you right now. I was talking to my dad, like jumping on the fucking Indian Challenger and just riding around here. For me, I have more fun doing that than I do jumping in a 1200 horsepower R8 or a fucking 800 horsepower fucking 911. I do. Like, those are fun fucking cars to ride. No two ways about it. But if I have an hour, I'm getting on the fucking motorcycle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every time.
I have
Every
to
fucking
agree.
time. Every fucking time.
That's
'Cause-
wild.
I plan when I'm driving my car. And like he said, he just jumps on the bike.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different dynamic. I mean,
If
with the car, you got to kind of almost worry about where the fuck you park it.
Well,
you gotta,
it's
there's-
traffic. I mean, to me, that's the kicker. Now, it would probably be at least closer competition wise if the population in our area decreased by 70% overnight.
Mhm.
Then yeah, I would probably get in the cars way more often. But because they're so special and so amazing performance wise, and they're a car, is that there's a lot of times you really can't enjoy them around here.
Right.
Like even where we live, which isn't as bad as in Dallas, there's so many times where I end up more fucking frustrated and irritated coming home because I couldn't really drive it anywhere and actually get on it and have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, whether it's an early morning car meet or fucking 9:30 at night on the turnpike, or there's certain times where you can have fun, and but a lot of times they're just more fucking irritating because there's so many goddamn people around.
Mm-hmm.
You know when it was a good time to drive? Yesterday in the snow.
Yeah,
I had a great time down at North Park. There was fucking nobody.
Were you in the RSQ8?
No, that motherfucker's still.
Oh,
Over-
in the Range Rover, right?
Yeah, I was in the Range Rover. I mean, other than all the rattling and shit
Yeah.
in the car, it was a fucking good time.
Yeah.
Is there anything sticking up in North Park?
Oh yeah,
Any of that snow?
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I think everyone's freaking out. I don't think it was sticking on the roads too much
No.
out here.
Not
I mean,
at
it was
all.
too hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, it was just wet.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty. I mean, in
sure.
Texas, we don't see snow.
No.
We see sleet,
And
fucking ice.
Yeah, in the 13 years I've lived here, there's been one legit fucking snowstorm. You know, it was back like 2012 maybe.
2011 or
Yeah,
12.
2011, 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
where it
I
was
had to
like
lift it up
14
as
inches.
I was picking up pizza for every motherfucker I knew. They're like,
Yeah.
"Hey man, I can't get out, bitch. Watch this."
Yeah.
And my fucking 4x4
Yeah.
fucking running over every fucking thing.
Yeah, I had a Dodge 2500 fucking diesel. It had like maybe a 2.5 inch lift, but was tuned and dude, I must have pulled fucking 30 people out of ditches in that fucking couple of day spread. It was cool. The tow strap that I had for all you military aficionados, the spy rope, you know, which is that's a big white fucking rope that it's I don't know how many weaves of fucking thread are in there. It's got to be thousands, but it's a really heavy duty, about the size of like a really thick playground rope, but it's completely smooth. It's similar to like a nylon rope, but you know, 4 inches in fucking diameter, and it's got these big D-rings woven through it, you know, at certain, like, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 feet separation, and you clip into a fucking climbing harness, and then a helicopter picks you up, and you're just sitting there fucking like spread eagle flying attached to this thing, and that's how they insert and extract in some cases.
Hold on, have you ever been in a helicopter?
No, I've never dove either. Remember,
Really?
Zach? Yeah. Yeah, I can't scuba dive either.
See, Mike's sarcastic, for those of you that don't know. Yeah.
He has what they call a dry sense of humor.
Definitely.
But anyway, so I had a retired, you know, after so many hours of them being used, they retire them, you know, so that they don't fucking break when people are on them or whatever. But so I got one of those and fashioned it into a tow rope, and goddamn, that thing works amazing as a fucking tow rope. But
Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
That's always fun about the snows, because people around here,
They
it
don't know how to-
rains, these motherfuckers can't drive. You put a little bit of snow and ice down,
Yeah.
oh fuck. You run around with a fucking deal collecting 20 to pull motherfuckers out. You won't have to work the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because you'll end up pulling tow truck drivers out because them motherfuckers can't drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking nutty.
Mm.
We'll end with we got 10 minutes left or so. Yeah. So you asked me, I was texting with y'all fucking with Zach earlier. I started off my week with getting threatened to be sued. And so I had an employee pass.
I'm so glad we're talking about this.
Nothing wrong with, I'm not going to get into how the employee passed or anything, but he was asleep and passed in his sleep. This girlfriend called, super nice lady.
Yeah.
You know, we sent her money, or his paychecks, all that shit. You know, I'm not going to hold a motherfucker's money. He worked for that. I don't think his
Of course.
kids and the kid they have together, blah, blah, blah. So we did all that. Well, the sister calls today.
Okay.
You owe us 3 weeks of pay. We don't back pay. And the dude was paid up till Friday. For this Friday, right?
Yeah.
You owe us 3 weeks of pay. He has a 401k and a retirement. No, he don't, because I don't, and I'm the fucking owner.
Yeah.
We don't have that yet. We've only been in business 2 years, 4 months, some shit like that.
Uh-huh.
I was like, we don't have that. Oh, well, somebody's lying to us. I guess we'll just see your ass in court. I was like, hold on, you're going to sue me? Yeah, and you haven't paid him? I was like, no, I promise you, all my employees are paid. My employees eat before I eat.
Right.
My suppliers eat before I eat, because if they ain't eating, my ass ain't eating. So, yeah, started it. Oh, and then I had a new employee that I hired that just didn't show up. So, yeah.
What, like for the first day?
Yeah, the very first day. Then he calls me at 10 o'clock talking about, okay, man, I'm good to come in now. Bro, we start at 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
This ain't call me when you wake up. This is a business.
Huh.
Oh, man, I'll be better tomorrow. I hope you are at your new job, but it won't be here, motherfucker.
God damn.
Yeah, and it's like, you won't give me another chance? That was your second chance, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And it's just people we've talked about it over and over. People are just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And you got to go through sometimes 10 people to find one really good person.
Yeah.
And it's just sad. It's going to get worse.
Yeah.
It's going to get
For
way
sure.
worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how my week started. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning ready, because I just went to bed knowing. I think I went to bed at 1 knowing this is going to be a fucked up week. Because I got that call Saturday morning that he passed away. Super good guy. Known him 7 years.
Hard worker?
Yeah, hard worker. You know, like everybody, you got fucking issues.
Sure.
You know, you never know what the fuck it is. Ours is fast food and being fat fucks, and now we're trying to fix that.
Yeah, not anymore. Because we're doing diets.
It's like, guys, fucking,
Right?
how easy was that to make Zach uncomfortable? Just fucking.
Yeah. It's a good thing his lights are so blue. Can't see me.
Oh fuck! I wish there was a camera on you right now. What's Zach look like after all? Well, he is devilishly handsome.
What we should do is put him in a pool, and when you're learning to dive,
right.
you can go down and take a picture.
And then a helicopter can pick me up so I can get in one for the first time.
Yes.
Yep.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah.
Zach's like,
Fuck both
you
of you.
guys.
Fuck the both of
It's been a
you.
good show. Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
I gotta go.
I'm going to see myself out. Yeah.
This ain't worth it.
Yeah, we'll talk about next week. I've slowly started figuring out my problem with why I switch cars, and we'll get into that next week because I guarantee you have a lot of the same fucking issues.
Yeah.
I really want to know about that. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you next
Is it a
week.
problem? Could be a solution.
Well, it's usually a problem.
Find out next week on Uninfluenced.
Yeah, most.
I'll bet there's a parallel to fucking women.
Yeah, it could be.
It's about the hunt.
Yeah. It could be, and then.
Well, let's not get it. We don't.
Yeah, we'll get into it next time. But make sure to check us out on Spotify, Pandora, Your Mom's Bed,
Under your mom's bed.
Under that bitch, everywhere.
Next to those size 14 Converse. What?
Hell yes. I seen a show about that the other day.
Yeah, you did. That's the next episode.
Hell yeah. Yeah, iTunes, everything else. Make sure to tune into YouTube. We're starting to plan episodes that aren't going to be aired on Spotify, iTunes, and all that. Some of these episodes that we will do will only be on Patreon.
Patreon exclusive content.
Yep. So if any of y'all want to see what Zach looks like, that might be your spot.
Yeah, there you go.
So
you got to buy into the tier.
Yeah, we'll just start putting little squares.
That's right.
But you got to piece you together slowly.
Fucking A, right.
Be a big asshole too and fucking take it at different times so you totally different clothes.
Like the chick owner in Major League.
Yeah.
Rip off the pieces.
Fuck yeah. Guys, thanks for tuning in. If y'all want to say anything, let us know about cars. The 4 Mike said, let us know your best under 35. I'll raise it 35. Best car under 35,000. And make sure to check out Mike Drop when the new shit comes out. And peace, bitches.